All right, just playing around here. I just found this, didn't plan on making a video, but I wanted to pass this on. All right, thanks to everybody for watching. Thank you to my subscribers as always. I want to get that out there real quick. But here's just another reason why I don't trust Trump. Okay, I don't. These guys they're selected, not elected. He was in The Simpsons, meaning they, as the president of the United States, they knew it was going to happen. He's in another book mentioned about him coming to power as being all this, like all this stuff is already in the predictive programming. His father's middle name is Christ. His mother's name is Mary. You know, he's on The Economist magazine, Judgment. That's what Trump or trumpets are in the book of Revelation in the Bible, is known as judgment. I mean, it's all just right there in front of you, despite the fact that he's a Republican president and the stars are turned upside down. How about the fact that he uses all those 666 hand signs that if anyone else at any other time would have used, it would have been called a Satanist and all that kind of shit. And let alone the fact that they're a Republican president with the party stars turned upside down, because anyone in the Republican Party back whenever I started this stuff 6 years ago was called a Satanist for being, not even just for just being involved in the government was good enough. But no, it's like, well, there's Republican Party stars that turned upside down. All those guys are Satanists right there based on that face value. But no. So anyway, besides all of that, here's something else I want to show you I just found. Meet Wilbur Ross. This is from the LA Times. Meet Wilbur Ross, once bailed out Trump in Atlantic City, and is now his pick for Commerce Secretary. This is a couple years ago. I'm sure everybody's known this. I didn't find this until recently. I wanted to show you. But before he was scooping up Rust Belt factories, the banker was sizing up another troubled asset, Donald Trump. More than 2 decades ago, Ross represented bondholders who were gunning for Trump after he failed to pay back the high-interest loans he had taken out to build his casino empire. And that's what you want, too, on top of it, right? A guy who fell behind on his bills, who declared bankruptcy, who couldn't keep up with his finances, running a country that is known, as well as every other country in the world, corporation, known to be under crushing debt. And not to count the countless cities and states. I live in Illinois. This somewhere in this state we declare bankruptcy every few months. Oh, we can't pay the lottery. Oh, we can't do this. Oh, we got to shut down this. Oh, we can't do that. So that's great that we got him running things. That's fantastic. Yeah, lots of optimism there. Hope that hope takes you someplace. Ross embarked on a strategy that helped Trump avoid a personal bankruptcy that could have derailed his unlikely trajectory from real estate mogul to reality television star to president-elect. The future president-elect at one time owned a quarter of the Atlantic City's casino market, but Trump was heavily in debt, and he started missing bond payments on his and Atlantic City's largest casino, the Taj Mahal, in 1990. Ross, then an investment banker who was working for Rothschild Incorporated, helped bondholders negotiate with Trump, whose finances were unraveling. The final deal reduced Trump's ownership stake in the Taj Mahal, but left him in charge. And bondholders were unhappy when Ross presented the plan. Why did we make a deal with him? One asked. Because and Ross didn't say this. He didn't state this. He insisted this. Ross, who works for the Rothschilds, insisted that Trump was worth saving. The Trump name is still very much an asset. Yep, because we're playing out a story right now. He insisted that he was worth saving. Trump, trumpets, judgment, transition from one age to another, revelation, apocalypse, which is just the transition. They know that we're in these end times. It's the end of the age. It's not the end of the world. This place is just going to go through a chaotic restructuring, and then order will be brought out of the chaos, just like it always has. This place is an empire. It will rise and fall just like every other empire. It's an offshoot of previous empires. And they knew. This name is still very much an asset because it's very much part of the story, and they insisted that he was worth saving. Here's this guy's Wikipedia page. Please, by all means, double check this information and tell me it's not correct. I have. I triple checked it. This is real. Wilbur Ross, career. In the late 1970s, Ross began his career at the New York City office of the Rothschilds. Here's another article. How Rothschild Incorporated saved Donald Trump. Get it? So I'm not really sure. This is just another example of people wanting someone else to do the work that they should be doing themselves. That's all this is. And I get it. And that's why, I even had this a video a couple months ago where it got caught. These Trump supporters they go to the grave, man, to the grave with this guy. Even though it doesn't matter that 8 years ago that it was, they're all selected. The system doesn't matter. Mark Twain, the guy they teach in school, yep, he was right that if voting mattered, they wouldn't let you do it. Nope, this guy comes along because it's a spiritual battle. But anyway, I made this video a couple months ago where we went in. I took like the headline, like straight up like CNN News. I don't remember the exact mainstream source, but it was like CNN News or Yahoo News, and it was like, Donald Trump orders new round of bombing in Syria, basically declaring war, blah blah blah. And then I took right next to that, I had a screenshot of a tweet from 2013 where he condemned the exact same stuff that Obama was doing. Why is Obama bombing Syria? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of life. What are we getting out of it? Big mistake. Bad idea. And then here it is 5 years later, and the dude is doing the exact same thing and being like, hell yeah, that's what we're doing. Shit yeah. I was called a snowflake by this guy for literally taking a lie, a hypocrisy contradicting lie, and putting it right in front of your face, and I was called a snowflake. I don't take it personally. I understand what's going on. I get it. So here's a guy that was saved by these guys all these years ago, back in 1990, and I don't care what's happened between now and then. They saved him. Trump, owes them, the Rothschilds. He owes them for life. And here's I showed you the paperwork. I showed you the documentation a couple years ago, how the Rothschilds purchased Jerusalem. And now Trump, and of course this is all around the time of the 70th anniversary of Israel, which is huge biblical prophecy. So not on top of all that, you got Trump coming out and declaring that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, moving the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. It's like he's intentionally poking the ribs and trying to piss that whole region off, which again, just coincidental, happens to be all biblical prophecy as well, because a whole war is supposed to come out of that region, which is all part of another war, which is a part of all this story that we're playing out right in front of our eyes. Okay, I feel like enough said. So if you like my video, please check out my band at the link below. Thank you if you do. Thanks to everyone for their time. Thanks again to my subscribers.